folks! Today's video is going to be your semi-annual, semi-regular anti-haul because it is that time of the month, aka the time where I look at some products and things that I don't need and things that I'm not going to buy and talk about why I don't need them. If you are new to this series, hi, hello. I've done like 50 plus of these. I've been doing them for years at this point, but this series was originally popularized by Kimberly Clark here on YouTube. Yeah, you should go check out Kimberly's videos because she used to do them all the time, and there's a nice little treasure trove of information and knowledge there over on Kimberly's channel as well. But I have delved into my Instagram feed and into Sephora's new products, and we're going to talk about some new things that have come out recently that I'm like, why? Why though? First, we're going to talk about the new Colourpop Gettin' Fresh Mega Palette, which I actually redesigned in a video recently. I believe it was last week's video, where I looked at some palettes and did a little editing, did a little photoshopping magic, and we played around with some colors. And this palette, in concept, I like it. I like the kind of green and pink elements together. I feel like that's a fun color combination, especially for summer. But for me, somebody who can't really do large palettes, who really only can do something up to maybe 20 colors, and then I get overwhelmed by colors and by choices, this palette is too big for me. There's way too many colors that are very similar. Those mid-tone browns are super similar to each other. And I'm just not a fan of big palettes in general. I feel like in any brand, anything that's this large, you're just going to get a lot of repeats, or you're going to get stuff that really aren't that cohesive. I don't think you really can have a large palette with this many colors without having repeat shades or things that are just similar enough where things can be cohesive. And I think this one is cohesive, but there's a lot of shades that could be eliminated. So it's not my thing. It's not my cup of tea. It's a little bit too big. It's a little bit lacking in depth as well. I like having a little more like range in shades. I feel like it could use some depth, some saturation, some dark shades in there that I know like Getting Fresh is the theme, but like it wouldn't work great on like all of the skin tones. And I feel like adding some depth here and there would greatly benefit to this palette, as well as many other Colourpop palettes. But this isn't new information. You guys have seen Colourpop's palettes where they're just very mid-tone brown heavy, and we don't need more mid-tone browns. Mid-tone warm browns. I have so many of those shades that I don't need 6 of them in this Colourpop palette that has 35 shades, right? 30 shades. Yeah, 6 times 5, 30. I'm like, how many shades are in here? 30 shades. Too many in my book. Not a fan, not my thing, but if you'd like to see how I changed this, definitely go check out last week's video. I had fun with it. Okie dokie. Next is the other palette that I edited in that video last week, and it is the Whatever Forever eyeshadow palette from City Color Cosmetics. It's only $14. Both of these are relatively inexpensive, so it's not like you're breaking the bank with either one. But this one is not... Like, I have rainbow palettes, and I have palettes that kind of scratch this itch, and I don't think that this one at least hits the mark as far as 90s go. If you want to see how I edited it and how I would have done my own sort of like colorful brights palette from the 90s, check out last week's video. But this just looks like any other kind of rainbow palette, which is what I thought it was. I thought it was something just for pride, but then when I saw that it was like a 90s theme one, I was like, okay, I guess. Sure. The packaging is cute. I do like the packaging though. The packaging is fun. I'm a fan. But I'm interested to see like what other things that City Color Cosmetics does, because these colors do look like they're pretty pigmented. Like the quality looks decent, but the shades are just like, I'm not going to use that kind of more Kelly green color. Some of those yellows don't even look that saturated, and like, I don't know. The thing with an RGB rainbow palette like this is that I'm not always going to use all of those shades, and I would much rather have a colorful palette that kind of is rainbow-like, but it has all colors that I would use. So, not necessarily a fan of this one personally, but you might be into it. I don't know. But like I said, it's only $14, so it's not that expensive.
Next.
Oh, another rainbow palette. Here we go. This one was, this one I have more of a hard-lined no on. It is from Glam, which is Shein's makeup brand, which I don't recommend you buy anything from Shein's makeup brand because of the multitude of issues that lie with Shein as a company, as well as not really knowing what kind of all went into this. Like, you don't know the process it went through. Like, there's a lot of ethical issues around Shein and SheGlam that this collection, their Be Bold, Be Hugh collection, doesn't make sense to buy from them, because there are so many other brands that are just as inexpensive, that do just as good of, like, if better quality, that you can feel better about purchasing from. There's a lot of nuance surrounding fast fashion and the ethics of fast fashion and people who buy fast fashion, blah, blah, blah. It's a whole thing. Not even gonna get into it. But with makeup, this doesn't fill a void in the market. This doesn't fill a need that's very specifically, like, this doesn't do anything that, like, e.l.f. or even Colourpop will do, or Makeup Revolution. There's so many brands that are in this price range that, like, there's no reason to buy from SheGlam, especially for a Pride collection. Why buy a half-assed rainbow collection from a sketchy company that's, like, kind of doing lip service for Pride, when you could, like, buy from a small business or even a larger business that actually is run by, like, LGBTQ people? And, like, the packaging is fine, but also kind of lazy, and, like, rainbow highlighters, like, what is it, 2016? Like, I don't know. There's so many good companies that you can get products from that are just as cheap. Is anybody else bored? I feel like a lot of people are bored. Speaking of which, Kim Kardashian came out with skincare. And this is called Skin. I don't know what it is, but the name Skin by Kim is very creepy to me. Where it's like SKKN, like Kim Kardashian, like the KK. I don't like it. It's a lot of the same type of shit that Kylie came out with Kylie Beauty, with Kylie Skincare, whatever the fuck it was called, Kylie Skin, but just more expensive. Like, okay, so there's a $43 cleanser, which is, like, expensive, but not exorbitant. I think $43 for a cleanser is a bit much. When you're getting into, like, moisturizers and serums, I can see that price tag, but $43 for a cleanser that you're something that you're wiping off. $45 for a toner, which is a bit much for a toner. $55 for an exfoliator. Why? A double mechanical and enzymatic exfoliator that helps promote skin resurfacing, leaving skin refreshed and retexturized. $90 hyaluronic acid serum. Kim. Also, okay, the description on this confuses the shit out of me. A multi-molecular weight hyaluronic acid serum. So, like, okay, so maybe it penetrates different levels of the skin. Okay. That delivers long-lasting 72-hour moisture and helps reduce dehydration and the appearance of fine lines. So I do like that she's doing refills, so it's like you don't have to pay the full price for the refill. But the difference for the smaller things in refills, like the cleanser is $43 and then $37 for the refill, so only like saving $6. The serum, you're saving $13, so it's a $77 refill. Why would you need 72-hour moisturizing? Who's going 72 hours in between putting on their moisturizers and serums? Yeah, I only need to moisturize once every 3 days. Why is that a selling point? That's like 24-hour eyeshadow or like 24-hour lipstick. I'm like, I'm not wearing a liquid lipstick for 24 hours. I don't need to know that it's going to last 24 hours. I am not going to be wearing and not reapplying my moisturizer and my serum for 72 hours. Like, I'm going to be doing it every day. So, like, I don't need to know that it lasts for 72. I don't understand that. Long-lasting moisture. I also don't believe that. I really don't believe that that's a thing, because everybody's skin is different, and the description just really is the description for any sort of hyaluronic acid. Reduces fine lines and prevents dehydration. Yeah, that's what every hyaluronic acid does. What means that this should be $90? What proves to me that this is $90? Oh, I only have to apply it once every 3 days instead of once every day, so it's like 3 times the no. No. That's ridiculous. And then she has a vitamin C8 serum that's also $90, a face cream that's $85, an eye cream that's $72, oil drops that's $95, and night oil for $95. And if you would like to buy the complete collection, it's a cool $575. No. The packaging is fine. The packaging's kind of cool, like the minimalist thing with the refills. I like that. I do like that aspect. I feel like if more brands brought in that whole refillable thing, that would be great. Less waste is always better. But I'm not paying $90 for hyaluronic acid serum. No. Like, are they huge? Are they like 4 ounces? If they're 4 ounces, maybe, because that's giant for skincare. This next thing, this is just a petty thing. NYX is coming out with a new gloss, and this is Milky Gloss. And I do commend NYX for putting out product photos that don't look overly retouched as far as on the models, their lip swatches. I appreciate that they do things that look like real skin and that they haven't airbrushed the shit out of them, aka whatever Pat McGrath does for every lip swatch of everything. So I give him props for that. It should be the bare minimum. It shouldn't really need props to be like, hey, you showed some real skin there. But the swatches on these look awful. Like, I also really don't like milky glosses. Like, of all of the descriptions for a lip gloss that I want, milky is so far outside of what I want in a lip gloss. Juicy, yes. Even glittery. I don't mind glitter in my lip glosses. But milky? No. Milky lip glosses and super pigmented lip glosses always leave these weird creases and grooves in your lips, and it's never really that attractive. And I feel like the only people that those super milky glosses really, really work on are the people who have had lip filler, or people who don't have a lot of lines in their lips, or if you're using a filter all the time. So this is not a kind of lip gloss formula that I like. I mean, I'm glad that they described it the way that they did, because then it put up a red flag immediately in my head, and I'm like, oh, I don't want that. Milky? No. Milky lip glosses, not a thing. Infused with dairy-free vegan milk. Why? What does that do to lip gloss? What does that do to, what does vegan milk do to lip gloss? I don't understand that. Does it smell good? Okay, at least it smells like the thing that they say. Okay, at least that is a thing. Because I get so ticked off when brands put out things that have themes around food and like desserts and stuff, but then it doesn't smell like the dessert. At least this looks like it smells like the dessert. So I'll give them props there. But again, bare minimum props. Next. Okay, ABH came out with a palette, and we roasted the Primrose palette a couple months ago when that came out because it was so boring. Now this new one, the Nouveau, is it just called Nouveau? Nouveau, that's literally what it's called. So bland, so very, oh, it's so boring, and it's so just, this looks like Anastasia's moving quickly towards like the QVC market, which like, not my thing, not my market. That's fine. Like if they really want to push to that market, then they can do that. I can't tell them otherwise, but this is clearly not for me. And the shades, besides that like lilac, that really light kind of lavender shade, when you take that out, this is so bland. And even when you keep that in there, it's still a little bit confusing, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It's boring, and it's smaller than the old palettes too. Oh, wait, 200% more of every shade, so they're large. Why? I don't remember seeing people say that they wanted larger pans. Yeah, this is boring. This is boring. Like the comments on here, what do the comments say? Are we not in summer? Why is this palette autumn shades? Boring. I like it, but I'm a little confused with the lavender pastel. Need swatches because it looks a bit meh in the pics. And this actually gives me a good point to go off of. Josh actually sent me a TikTok the other day. It was from a TikToker who does makeup, who is colorblind, and this is something I hadn't even thought of before. And there are some palettes that when they put in the shade names, they put descriptions of the shade. The shade names in here are Wings, Isle, Belle, Wisteria, Lily, Hope, Paloma, Fleur, Liberty, Peacock, Metro, and Muse. None of those shade names say anything about like the actual like color of it. And I haven't seen a lot of brands do this, like actually give descriptions of what the shades are. I feel like that's a thing that would be relatively easy for brands to do, to put on like the back of the palette. Even in like the unicarton, even in the packaging, to put little descriptions. So it's like this shade, Metro, is like a mid-tone kind of muted coral, or Wisteria, it's a pastel lavender. Like if you're looking at a palette, any palette, if you're colorblind, you're just seeing shades. And I like that that girl actually kind of brought that up, and I was like, this is something I haven't thought of before, because it's like, I'm not colorblind. It's something I don't think of. It's just like second nature. I look at a color, there it is. But I don't think about that. And I think that that's something that brands could do overall very easily. This made me think of that because the shade names are so random compared to what they are. I'm like, Isle, a boring gold, okay, like a boring white gold, okay, yeah. So it was just a thought that I had that I think more brands should do. You know, I don't think it would be that hard. especially from an accessibility standpoint. Like, just because somebody's colorblind doesn't mean they don't want to wear makeup. Like, because shades still exist, and shading and highlight and shimmer, like sparkles. Next.
Oh God.
This is the worst. This is the worst thing in the entire video. Physicians Formula, everyone's favorite, I'm being facetious, drugstore brand that's overpriced and puts out the most lackluster products as far as like creativity. They came out with a Breakfast Club collection, as in the iconic 1985 John Hughes movie, starring Molly Ringwald, Anthony Michael Hall, Emilio Estevez, Ali Sheedy, Judd Nelson. Was that it? Emilio Estevez, Molly Ringwald, Judd Nelson, Anthony Michael Hall. Yeah. Okay. I was like, and then mess with the bull, you get the horns. One of my favorite movies. But they came out with a Breakfast Club collection that is a Saturday Detention face palette and 3 lipsticks that are all just like various shades of like light nudie pinks. Are they literally all called The Princess? I'm so confused. It looks like the lipsticks are all labeled with the same name. This is so fucking random. Like, this has nothing to do with Breakfast Club in the slightest. And the fact that the Breakfast Club came out, 95, 2005, 2015, almost 40 years ago. In 3 years, The Breakfast Club came out 37 years ago. So to have a collaboration with a 37-year-old movie that's this boring is such just a waste of time. Because the lipsticks are not only very ugly as far as like, this is such cheap, ugly packaging. The face palette is the ashiest thing. Oh my God. It's one colorway, and it would look even ashy on me as like the pale bitch that I am. There's like a white, like I can't tell if these are supposed to be highlighters or blushes, but if they are blushes, they would be blushes on the fairest of the fair only. This is so bad. This is awful. This is awful. Saturday Detention face palette.
Literally, why?
What are they even supposed to be called? They're so bad. The comments, that palette is pure ash, even for fair skin like mine. They hate anyone darker than a paper bag. I'm pale, and I'm over here thinking that palette looks too light. That should tell y'all something right there. Physicians Formula. Yes, but can I apply the lipstick while it's in my bra? If not, this is a pointless collab. Why didn't they do that? They literally refuse to make makeup black people can use. Yeah, every time they put out fucking palettes that are so like, this is just a waste of time and a waste of space and just a slap in the face to 80s kids. This is awful. This is so bad. Okay, next, speaking of celebrities who put out lackluster brands, remember Ariana Grande came up with a makeup line called REM Beauty? Yeah, I forgot too. But apparently this is the 3rd launch from the brand. I had no idea. I've been into Sephora maybe twice in the last 2 months, and I just walk past it every time. The problem with all of these celebrities coming out with skincare and makeup brand is that they all start to look the same, and there's not a lot that they can do that's that different. Like Fenty and Rare, I feel like, are the only ones in recent years that have really kind of done something different. I feel like so many other beauty brands like that were celebrity owned ones in the last like year and a half, just boring, pointless. Why? And this Ariana Grande thing, like, what is this? They're just pencils and lip glosses, like liquid lipstick, liquid lip pencil, lip oil, and like, it's just lip stuff. This is just more stuff that's being made that I don't know who's buying it. I really don't know who's buying these. Because the shelves always look pretty packed. Like, there's not a lot of stuff gone from the shelves every time I've gone in. And I don't know. Just because you're famous doesn't mean you need a makeup line. Like, please, refrain, please. About Face, the new one from Halsey that came out in the last year, that one looks kind of cute. I haven't tried anything, but like, that at least looks kind of cute. And then like Lady Gaga just relaunched House Labs. And it looks better than it did before, but like, I'm still bored. I'm just so bored because it's so oversaturated. Like, there's really not a lot that so many people could do to come out with something that's really that original. So I think people are just getting overwhelmed and overstimulated and just bombarded with new collection after new collection. And they're like, how many shelves can, Sephora's running out of shelves. Like, they are literally running out of shelves and end caps. Don't need it. Don't eat anything. Okay, is this the last thing? Yeah, it's the last thing. This is fucking gross. Okay, this was just something that I needed to talk about because I didn't hear about this until my friends talked about it in our group chat. Nails Inc. is doing a collaboration with Velveeta cheese product. I say cheese product because Velveeta is a cheese product, not just a straight up cheese. And they're coming out with 2 colors, a bright yellow, like a bright Velveeta color, which like, I like that color for a nail polish. I think that's really fun. It's like a bright, warm, like super saturated yellow. Like that's a fun nail color. And then a bright red. Reads very McDonald's, a little less Velveeta, a little more McDonald's. But the problem that I'm having with this nail polish collab is that it's supposed to smell like cheese. I don't think, who wants cheese scented nail polish? I don't want cheese in my nail polish. Like what?
Cheese nail polish?
Cheese color nail polish? Sure, that's cute, that's fine. But cheese scented nails? Ugh. No. Like I am all for like scented nails. Like if you want nails that are like, I don't know, maybe chocolate scented or even like minty or yeah, minty nails. That would be kind of fun. A scent that isn't going to linger in the worst way possible, because imagine just like doing your lip gloss or lip balm, putting on your mask, constantly having to smell fake artificial cheese product. That sounds like Vomit City, and I don't want any part of that. That's gross. And the picture that they came out with as like the announcement, it just like, it has the red with like just a bunch of yellow globs on the nails. Like they tried to do a cow print, but with like red and yellow. So it just looks like globs of nacho cheese on the nails. Like what? That's so bizarre to me. Like it's so bizarre and it's so weird, and everybody I've seen talk about this, they're like, that's gross. Who wants this? I don't want this. That's disgusting. Like that's disgusting. That's so bad. Oh my god. Nails Inc. Literally, if they had just done the collab without it smelling like cheese, I would have been like, okay, that would be fine. Like it's kind of dorky and kind of kooky, but like it wouldn't be gross. That's so gross. Oh my god. Ugh. Ugh. Cheese nails. Gross. Just cheese nails. Yeah, don't need that. Not gonna buy it. Absolutely not. So that was the last of the products that I wanted to talk about today. Let me know in the comments down below what are some things that you have seen come out recently that you're like, why? Who asked for this? And let me know what your thoughts on any of these products are. Like I say in every video, if you like these, if you want to buy them, if you've already bought them, that's awesome. I'm not here to like yuck your yum if you like them, but these are just the reasons why I don't need them and why I'm not going to buy them. And if you needed any help in talking yourself out of buying anything, because you know, the internet likes to throw things in your face all the time in advertising. And sometimes you just need a little bit of reminder that that's all it is. It's advertising. All the time. Advertising is just being fed into our brains all the time. For today's song of the day, it is Before I Go by Coldrain. It is their new track off their new record that isn't out yet, but there's 2 singles for that one already. Before I Go is really, really cool. I like it a lot. I've listened to it so many times. I'm really into like the louder like metal stuff lately. I don't know. Coldrain, Before I Go is your song of the day. It's great. And before I go, please subscribe. If you want to, if you would like to see more of me, you can hit that little subscribe button and hit the bell notification to get notified when I upload a new video, which is every Friday. And then if you would like to follow me on any of my other social media, my Instagram and my Twitter are both Abers07, and then my TikTok and my Twitch are both Abers without the 07. So if you want to follow me there, go right ahead. I stream on Twitch every Thursday and Saturday. We play some games. Most of the time it's The Sims. Sometime I put on makeup. But if you would like to follow me on any of those other places, it would be greatly appreciated. You made it to the end of the week. Congratulations. Go get a drink of water. Go get some rest. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you all next week. Bye.